You truly better lock in. Trump family is going to make America the crypto capital of the world. Let me say it one more time. The Trump family is going to make America the crypto capital of the world. Take your emotions and your feelings out of it. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to continue to repeat the same things over and over again. This is how I make my decisions off logic, not emotion, not hopium, not hype, off facts, figures, numbers, logic. Your emotions are their profits. You need to understand at a deep level what is about to happen. They are going to turn these printing machines on full blast. Quantitative tightening stops on December 1st. Trump just announced a 50-year mortgage family. Who does that make wealthier? Us or the banks? You got to understand hurdle rates. There's only interest. You're on the asset side or the debt side. Okay. This channel is not about hype. This is about facts, figures, numbers, logic, and discipline. Building a disciplined plan. So I'm going to show you and I'm going to share with you and peel back the curtain on some of the moves I'm making. I'm starting to look at a stock that's out there that I'm probably going to start to get involved in. I just shared that with my academy. I'm investing in the infrastructure. There's zero emotion. I'm not chasing candles. I'm not chasing price predictions or hopium. I'm chasing what I believe is going to be the future monetary system. So on this channel, there's no frills, no hype, no get rich quick. I'm going to share with you the facts, figures, numbers, logic. And on the back end, I'm going to repeat incessantly exactly what I do. Okay. So let's dive right in. So I'm going to take you back just a little bit. We're going to come to present and I'm going to talk about future. So let's talk about what has happened, right? Trump came and ran as the crypto capital of the world. We know that. Okay. He came back, leaving as a dollar guy, to, oh, let me switch my mic. Okay, there we go. That's better mic. I don't edit my videos. There we go. Boom, boom. Okay, cool. So he left as the no to the dollar, or a dollar guy, sorry, no to crypto, right? Jamie Dimon, Larry Fink, all the same narrative. 2023, Trump flipped, Larry Fink flipped. Larry Fink is now the number 2 holder outside of Satoshi and Bitcoin. Trump is one of the largest holders in Bitcoin for billionaires. Okay. Then, as Trump came in as the crypto capital of the world, he campaigned as being the Bitcoin president capital of the world. Okay. The Genius Act, genius. Okay. Trump now, through World Liberty Financial, has USD1, the fastest growing stablecoin in history. Tether got pulled into America. Bo Hines stepped down as Trump's executive director for digital assets, left the White House. Hey, you go get Tether, bring Tether, which is 90% of the stablecoin market, into America. We have USAT now, Tether in America. We have USD1. We have RLUSD. We have USDC. So we got Circle, which is connected to BlackRock. It's all interconnected, guys. You're getting so distracted and you're over here and you're over here and you're chasing prices and the crash. There's going to be more black swans, guys. There's going to be a bear market. Okay. So Genius Act is basically stable coin regulation. So this came in enactment after they created World Liberty Financial, which is a world bank, which I'll tell you. So we got the Genius Act, write that down. We have the Clarity Act. Now the government opened up yesterday. Markets are back on track. Right? You're going to see the sentiment. Everybody's scared and everybody's all, freaking out. And then the whole sentiment's, everybody's going to forget about the last couple of weeks. All of a sudden it's going to pump. But guys, there's going to be red again. There's going to be liquidation events. There's going to be exchanges that collapse. Do not leverage your crypto. Please, if you get anything out of this video, people telling you to just borrow from your crypto. Just borrow from your crypto. Please wait. Please wait until wait till the volatility is sucked out of these markets. The best way is set it and forget it. Accumulate, guys. Now, I pull profits because I've been doing this for a while, and I have a very strategic plan that I do with every single dollar. I pull when I'm in profits, and I put back in when it's in red. It's that simple. No trading. Up. On the way up, I pull. On the way down, I buy. Super simple. Okay. The Clarity Act. Okay. What to know about the House Crypto Market Structure Bill. So we're probably going to get the Clarity Act now. Government's back open. The ETFs are starting to get approved they're going to start to get approved for Ripple and XRP, excuse me. So the Clarity Act in particular seeks to define rationalized the boundaries of the SEC and the CFTC jurisdiction, curing a source of significant regulatory friction and regulatory uncertainty, with each agency staking expansive claims to digital asset oversight. The resulting turf battle has led to a divergent views on how crypto assets should be classified and which rules should apply, especially in the context of capital raising, trading, custody, and decentralized finance. The Clarity Act attempts to resolve this long-standing dispute by codifying multi-tiered asset classification framework, assigning regulatory responsibility. So you're here. Jamie Dimon said, you can now, JP Morgan, you're going to be able to use Bitcoin as collateral on the back end of this year at JP Morgan. In the next 24 months, your banks are going to be asking to custody your cryptocurrency. There's going to be more black swans where exchanges. Remember, 1920s to 1929s, margin was created. That's why I tell you, understand history. Margin was created where you could put $1 in, you would get $10, right? Then you could take and you could leverage your stocks, and they all got over leveraged. They all got greedy, and boom, they collapsed the banks. 11,000 banks underneath the Federal Reserve. There was 25,000 banks. The Fed pumped a bunch of money into those 11,000 banks. They monopolized the other banks. Same shit's going to happen with exchanges. Okay. Coinbase will be here. Kraken will be here. Ripple will be a bank. Okay. Uphold will be here. The big kahunas, crypto.com. And these little exchanges are holding on, sliding down the cliff. They're getting liquidated, guys. And they're going to keep doing this. Again, I'll put another warning. Hold on to your own crypto. Okay. Don't leverage your crypto right now, unless you have a ton of money on the side to right size if this thing comes collapsing down. Okay. So check this out. Get ready for printing of money. This is what I posted: low interest rates and devaluation of the US dollar. And I'm focusing on deflationary assets like XRP and Bitcoin. Trump announced a 50-year mortgage, and the housing committee also said, the head of it also said, that's confirmed. They're working on a 50-year mortgage. The difference between a 30 and a 50-year mortgage, yes, your payment's going to come down. Guys, you'll own nothing and be happy in 2030. Nobody's going to pay off their mortgage. Okay. I think about this. That's why people are talking so much, the Grant Cardone, rent where you live and buy where you rent. Okay. We're making some personal moves too in that space, right? Like, guys, you got to understand, take the emotion out of it. Look at these things as investments. What's going to give you the greatest return on your investment and beat hurdle rates in a inflationary US dollar that devalues your currency? We're moving into deflationary assets that have fixed supplies. Okay. So this is where my narrative comes in. You have to understand, not only does the Trump family have World Liberty Financial, the fastest growing stablecoin in the world, and I believe is going to be one of the largest DeFi banks. It's global, guys. It's a global banking system. You don't need the central bank. You can transact on USD1. Okay. You'll be able to lending, borrowing. It will be a bank. World Liberty Financial will be a decentralized bank where we get to participate. And there'll be many others like this. Okay. Every single bank will have their own stablecoin. So think about this right now. Everybody's hunting for the gold. Let's get the picks and shovels. So here's what I'm thinking is I am stacking up. Now, I'm only going to tell you what I'm doing, okay? And I'll be honest with you, I'm very open. So if something happens, you know it. I went down with the ship or I went up with the ship, right? I'm stacking WFI. I feel good about it. I'm stacking WFI. I've been paying attention to this too right here, guys. Think about what the Trump family is doing, okay? So Trump steps out, hands the family business down to the kids. Steve Witkoff, Pops, steps out, hands the businesses down to the kids. Howard Lutnick steps out, hands the business down to the kids. Cantor Fitzgerald, he is the commerce secretary for our country. He writes the rules. Cantor Fitzgerald is a crypto company that gives loans to crypto companies. Cantor Fitzgerald is the custodian for Tether. So Howard Lutnick is Trump's commerce secretary. Steve Witkoff works with Trump in the White House. Steve Witkoff stepped out, gave World Liberty Financial to his boys to run. Trump steps out, gave World Liberty Financial to his boys to run. So now the Trump boys, the Witkoff boys, and the Lutnick son, Brandon, are all running the system. Eric Trump runs off and creates American Bitcoin, building Americans' Bitcoin infrastructure. So think about this. This is what I'm thinking here. I'm going to start getting some exposure to the stock ABTC. So now you have the mining, you have the actual infrastructure. Okay. You have the infrastructure. I'm going to have WFI, which is the new model for decentralized finance. The president's sons are president's writing the rules. The sons are running the bank. Okay. XRP, a bridge currency that is radically going to transform the world, right? Fix the liquidity crisis, and Bitcoin as my gold. Keep it simple, pimple man. Don't get too crazy out there. Keep it simple. Okay. I'm okay with 50% returns every single year off Bitcoin. I'm not trying to get rich quick. Money compounds every 7 years at 10%. I'm compounding my money every year 50 to 65%. This is a wild time right now, guys. There's a reason why Trump is stacking so much Bitcoin. So this is American. And again, I'm not telling you invest. I'm just telling you my moves I'm making. I shared this in the academy too. Today I'm going to buy some of this stock, and I think I'm going to start adding this. I have stock dividends. I don't own a lot of stock shares. I like dividend stocks that pay me cash to buy more Bitcoin and XRP. But I think this is going to be a single exposure stock that I'm going to get. I'm just going to do it today. So ABTC. So this is Eric Trump's Bitcoin mining company, right? Check this out, guys. May 1st, they had 14 Bitcoin. They had 0 in April. Look at this growth, guys. Well, actually, it's way more than that. I'm sorry, down here. April 1st, 3 Bitcoins total per share. Okay. They have 4,004 by November. 4,004. So ABTC is Bitcoin mining and exposure to Bitcoin growth. You see where I'm going with this? They own the infrastructure. They own the decentralized platform. They're the fastest growing stablecoin, and their pops are writing the rules. This is World Liberty Financial. I'm going to keep bringing this to you guys. Trump, see where it says Emiratis 1? See what costs Emiratis 1? They had to put that on there because they stepped out of their leadership roles, and the boys are running the show, to include Barron Trump, which is the future, who has $180 million net worth in crypto. This is the future, guys. Barron Trump is the future. We need to pay attention to what the young adults are doing. Okay. So here's my play. Let me bring you into the markets. Markets are looking bullish, man. Awesome. 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 It's going to be okay, guys. I've always told you that. Just relax. Okay. Bitcoin's at 106,000. Big change. Government open. We're going to have the XRP ETFs coming through. It's going to be, I think it's going to be super bullish. I've told you guys that. Been open and honest with you guys. Here's my play, guys. This is Merlin, smartest way to track your crypto. This is our demo account here. You can see all your cryptos in one place. I encourage you to download it. 30 days for free to play with it. You can set up profit-taking plans. Guys, take profits, man. I'm just telling you, if you're in profit, get your initial investment out. You won't be as freaked out as you are. Like, you know, I just don't agree with people just saying, oh, don't ever take profits, leverage against your crypto. You're going to get liquidated, man. I'm just being honest with you. Like, and I'm only sharing with you from experience. I built a monster ecosystem. Okay. I use what's called the risk pyramid. Okay. The risk pyramid, left side of the risk pyramid, high risk, high return. So on my dividend side, my dividend stock side, right? These are high risk option synthetic calls, right? I'm making a ton of money off them, but I'm de-risking every single time I get paid. Boom, I'm out. Cash flow extraction. NAV erosion, cash flow extraction. Boom. And I'm into Bitcoin and XRP. Crushing the hurdle rate. Okay. I'm all about de-risking. Okay. So when my crypto portfolio, which is extremely volatile, is seeing some profits, I calmly exit with Merlin on the way up, guys. And guess what I do? I feed my ecosystem. Okay. So let's explain the ecosystem. Let me bring you on my screen fully here. Okay. So if you're new to my channel, I break it down. Bitcoin, we're never selling. Okay. We're going to put Bitcoin in its own category. We're going to put it in a gold category, and then we're going to move it to leverage, this is my system, capital DR. Okay. Cash flow, appreciating assets that have fixed supply, protection, and leverage. And then I de-risk. I say it 3 times in my academy. Okay. So cash flow, what does that mean? So income and cash flow are different. Income is what you trade time for. Income, the money comes in, you're getting paid in someone else's debt. Income is different from cash flow. Income, you take a percentage of that and you put it into something that generates cash flow. Okay. That is things that you make money while you sleep. I get my income. I take some of my income outside of debts and non-negotiables. I put it into XRP and Bitcoin. I put it in deflationary assets. And then I take 10% of my income, and I richest man in Babylon. I put it into stock dividend ETFs for a pure cash flow extraction. I get paid every single week from those dividends, and I de-risk out. So I'm taking 10% of my income, turning it into cash flow that creates cash flow that buys a deflationary appreciating asset. Okay, so now I have my asset portfolio. Okay, remember we moved Bitcoin into leverage, so we're going to move that out of the category. So we're never touching Bitcoin. We're going to keep accumulating. We're going to hold it. Kids are going to have it. Grandkids are going to have it. But we'll move that into the bank category. And I'm going to tell you, leverage is like fire. Okay, like a match. In the right hands, it'll light the house. In the wrong hands, it'll burn the whole thing down. I'll explain that. Okay, so we're going to call assets for me is altcoins. All other coins outside of crypto. My top 7 are, no gatekeeping here, XRP by a long shot. okay, for company and personally. BTC is my foundation. That's number 2. Solana is number 3. XLM is number 4. Did it pass? I'm getting really close with WFI passing XLM, but then WFI is number 5. WLFI, sorry, I mumble. Am I mixing these up? XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, XLM, WFI, HBAR, and VChain. Those are my top 7. I have many others as well, but I'm going to be consolidating. This is probably what my portfolio will look like by 2029. XRP will always be number 1. BTC, WFI, Solana, HBAR, VChain. Okay. And I'm going to start consolidating into those top 3s. That's just what I feel good about. Comment down below what you think. That's how I'm very convicted when I get into things. Okay. So when these assets, we got cash flow, appreciate. Okay. We got protection. I use cash value life insurance. The reason why the life insurance industry gets a bad rap, they're not set up properly. They're cash value life insurance. They're being set up as retirement policies. Okay. They are life insurance policies that have cost of insurance. They have a premium payment. Okay. I use them for permanent life insurance. I use them as a family bank to stuff cash into them. They need money in them to work. That's why they get a bad rap, because these agents set them up and they don't teach you how to fund them properly. They don't help you manage them. They don't look at them every single year. Maybe they're not getting any growth. You need to switch the allocations up, right? So we fund them properly. We structure them properly. And I use L, which is capital DR, L, leverage. So that creates a family bank over here. Remember, we got Bitcoin sitting in the bank. We got insurance sitting in the bank. So now when I need money, guess where I go? To my family bank. Okay. Just like I explained, we bought our insurance brokerage, have a financial services company, with Bitcoin. I did low leverage, 25% of my overall portfolio. I put it on a DeFi platform. They gave me 75%, 25%. But the only reason I did that, listen to me very closely, is my firm was already generating cash flow. So I knew it could easily pay it off in a year. Okay. So we just moved into first position. We went from working in the system to creating our own system. If that makes sense. That makes sense. I just moved into first position, top of the house, so I could create the rules and build the team. And we went really boutique, really small. Got a small group of agents. And so because we love life insurance. And so we were part of a big organization. We're like, it doesn't feel good to us. We went, nothing wrong with the organization. We just went into a boutique. I'm the head of the house. I can control the ecosystem, the systems, processes, structure. So bought the firm, it's already paid off. So we have no leverage on our digital assets. And I would be very careful with that, guys. People preaching just borrow from your digital assets. 1010 was a great example. Okay. 2029 was a great example, or 1929, the Black Monday. Guys, you got way too much volatility coming up to just be leveraging off your assets unless you understand how to leverage and make money. So then we talk about the protection component. Guess where the greatest place to leverage from? Your insurance. There's no liquidation risk. You have guaranteed principal. You're borrowing from the insurance company and you don't have to pay it back right away. It comes off the death benefit. So you're not going to get liquidated. Then you can take it 5% from the insurance company. Your cash value still exists. And I could go buy Bitcoin that grows 50% every year. I'm crushing the hurdle rate. It's all about richest man in Babylon. Remember, somebody's on the debt side, somebody's on the asset side. So capital DR. Cash flow into deflationary assets that have fixed supplies that are opposite of the inflationary US dollar, where you're going to get a lot poorer coming up, guys. They're about this 50-year mortgage, printing, and low interest rates. You better get ready for this dollar to value. Guys, they set Bitcoin mining. Number 1 holder in Bitcoin, Trump, out of billionaires. Larry Fink, they're literally setting themselves up into deflationary assets, the new system, the picks and shovels. Okay. They're slowly demolishing the old model of these. So I'm not going to say it's going to collapse. Stable coins, they sucked it all up into stable coins. They're going to rebalance this debt into cryptocurrency. This is what it's going to look like. Okay. They're going to use Bitcoin to grow faster than the debt. Okay. Debt's going to he's going to it's Reaganomics, guys. They're going to add a bunch of debt to this balance sheet, but they're going to be growing faster than the debt. So he'll right size the balance sheet, and then they'll start to monetize the balance sheet to start to pay down the debt. Okay. There's going to be a ton of money that comes in the economy. But remember, what goes up? Comment down below. Boom, always comes down. Have you ever seen a market go straight up? This is where discipline comes in and logic comes in. Have you ever seen a market go straight up? No. Has your relationship ever been perfect? No. Has your business ever just been perfect? No. Everything comes down. Everything cycles, to include you. That's why you have to have a game plan. That's why you pull profits. That's why you become disciplined. And then DR, de-risk, de-risk, de-risk. Like, for example, my options, my dividends. I'm de-risking out as quick as, because there's NAV erosion, right? It's very volatile. Volatility is a gift, so it's extremely volatile. I'm de-risking out Bitcoin XRP. Okay. Love you guys. Pick up the intensity. Let's get after it. It's going to be okay, guys. See, the markets are coming back. Everybody's going to forget about the last couple of weeks, and then everybody's going to forget how red it can get, and you're going to get super hype and hopium, and you're going to get wrecked. Get in the middle ground. Take a deep breath. God, family, protection of ecosystem at all costs instead of other men and women's business. You're too busy working on yours. Love you guys. Warriors. Let's get your shit together. God bless you. All right, guys. Huge warning if you're still here. I will never DM you. I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm not on Telegram. We do not invest people's crypto. I'm not reaching out to you. Never send anybody your money pretending to be me, ever. Okay. We have a education academy. We're educators. We do not invest people's money. Okay. If you go down below the description of this video, you can sign up for my 4-week webinar series or my coaching program, or you can go to my profile, click the link, and you can meet with my team you'll see it in there. You can also report scam accounts. We actually have a team working 24 hours a day, AI at night, and a physical team during the day, taking out these scammers. And so if you can report them for us, it'd be fantastic. It's in our bio. We're spending a lot of money to make sure that this is something that gets taken care of. And it's like roaches, man. You freaking spray it and boom, a bunch comes. So we just keep going, keep pushing, but just don't send your money to anybody. We don't invest people's crypto. If it's too good to be true, it is. Warriors, let's get your shit together. God bless you. Love you.